If your wallet and your bank account could speak to you, what would it say? So stop scrolling because this is what we're going to talk about today. It's all about make money Monday, my friends. The space and the place where we break down the things that are going to make us more productive, have more closings, really reach those levels that we've been talking about. And guess what? Our first quarter is over, so we're going to close it out with a boom because we're just about to open the second quarter of 2026. So, welcome to Make Money Monday Mentorship, where the conversations are all about money making activity, Monday being the most important day of the week, really getting our mindset locked in, operating like a CEO and owning the results, my friend, owning the results. So let's kick it off with if your bank account could talk to you, if your money could talk to you, if your results could talk to you, what would they say? What exactly would they say? Well, maybe if you are like many realtors right now in the industry that are swimming upstream. I mean, we've got top producers nationwide that are saying this market is not what we expected. This market is doing stuff we never imagined. We've got 9.5 months of inventory. That's a lot of inventory. We've got new construction properties. I mean, the toughest competition for resale properties in forever. We're living a real estate atmosphere that no one has seen in the last 15 years. The uncertainty is building. Realtors don't know what to do. Team leaders don't know what to do with their agents, and brokers are bleeding profusely because this is the market that separates the people that are soft from the people that are really driven and strong. This is the market that purges the real estate industry professionals that don't have the skill set, the heart set, the mindset, right? That it requires. So it's in this market for every one of you that is watching. It is in this market for each and every one of you that is watching that you are built like a Tonka truck, like literally like a Timex watch. You're going to be able to take a licking and keep on ticking. So if you're watching live, go ahead and give me a hashtag live. If you're watching on replay, give me a hashtag replay. Hello to all my friends on Instagram. How are you? It's so good to see you. And for everyone that's watching on all our other platforms, I am super stoked to be here with another Make Money Monday mentorship. Make Money Monday mentorship. So let's break this down. Let's break down the reality of what's happening. So, number one, the reality is the market does not determine your success. The market doesn't determine your success, my friends. There are people making money in this market just as if nothing was happening. But it's because they have learned the ability of implementation, implementing the things that are going to get transactions to close. We've heard it before, we've heard it forever. It's no one is going to reinvent the wheel. There is money making activity that must be implemented because information without implementation is useless. Now, let me tell you what is the biggest dilemma right now is realtors and a lot of team leaders and even brokers that have been in the business for less than 10 years. They don't have the resilience, the grit, the skill set, the mindset, and the heart set that this type of market requires. Like this type of market requires resilience beyond anything you've seen before. We've got deals falling apart at the table. We've got sellers that are changing their mind on the resales at the last minute. No, I don't want to sell. I want to wait because uncertainty kicks in. We've got new construction builders, national corporation builders that are that are outperforming when it comes to interest rate buy downs, when it comes to contributions for, seller concessions. Like literally, the competition is from within. Like you don't even have to worry about other realtors, team leaders, and brokers being your competition. Your competition right now, your biggest contender right now, is the skill sets that you need to be able to not just put deals together, but hold them together. And let me tell you, the second thing that I see so many people falling flat on their face is, or the reason I see so many people falling flat on their face is because we still think that the consumer is going to sit around and wait for us to answer the phone, to respond to an email 3, 4, 5 days later. We still think that leads are going to be sitting there waiting for us to remember to follow up with them. We still think that the market is moving at our speed. And let me tell you, the market is moving and changing at, light bolt speed. And this is the reason I say with authority and expertise that it's the skill sets that the realtors have had for the last 5, 7, 10 years. They're no longer going to make deals happen in this market because it requires a whole other level of skill sets. So implementation, number one, people are implementing at such a low level. If you're there, give me a hi, give me a hello, give me some hearts. Let's blow up the chat. Tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what are your questions. Let's do some Q&As. Like put me on the hot seat tonight. Let's really get down and raw with this conversation because I want to hear what you are seeing in your market, whether you're local, national, or international. Tell me what you're seeing happening in your market. So again, the skill sets, okay? The skill sets that are required. I know I'm supposed to be saying a word. If my team could put it in the chat, I know I'm supposed to say a word that reminds our clips of where to do what they do. Remind me what I'm supposed to say. I'm supposed to say something. So anyway, here we go. Okay, got it. Thank you so much. Clip it. Implementation right now is the weakest muscle in the majority of real estate agents, team leaders, and brokers. Implementing the money making activity. That's why I do MMA Monday Masterclass every Monday. Doors open at 9:30. And let me tell you, today the energy was bottom of the barrel. I know you were thinking I was going to say today the energy was through the roof. Nope. Today the energy was bottom of the barrel. You know why? Because we're closing out the first quarter. You know why? Because those high expectations, those dreams, those desires that we all set out to reach in January, a lot of people are not reaching them because we set out in January thinking that this was going to be an easy peasy, right? 2026 was going to be an easy peasy year. And now reality is setting in. Now the heat is on. But let me tell you, you've got to strengthen that muscle of implementation. And I still see people doing singular activities. Clip it. Singular activities will not move your needle in business. What do I mean by singular activities? Doing one open house, calling one person a week, doing one presentation a week, having one appointment a week is not going to cut it. Doing one video, one reel, one story a day is not going to cut it. You've got to go all in, my friends. You've got to go all in from head to toe, and you've got to get into the double digits. So why do I say that implementation is the weakest muscle in our industry right now? Because I'm watching people. I've got my finger on the pulse. And this is not just I'm downloading information from ChatGPT, or I'm downloading information from YouTube, or I'm reading, the market updates from wherever. No, I am face to face, one to many, Monday after Monday for the last 12 weeks, since January 14th, when we started the very first MMA Monday Masterclass in January, through today, through this moment, 90 days later, and I am seeing the blood. I'm seeing the sweat. Pretty soon, I'll be wiping some tears. But you know what? This is the defining moment. I want you to think about this. This is the moment, 90 days into the year, where most people say, forget it. This isn't going to work. Forget it. This is too hard. Forget it. I can't do this. Forget it. I got to go get a real job. Forget it. I thought it was going to be different. Forget it. I've got to make some money. Forget it. I've got to go get a real job. Instead of making a defining decision and saying, you know what? This is my job. I'm burning the boats. It's do or die. Before I go back to a job, a just over broke situation, and do for somebody else what's going to build their empire, I am going to do it for me. So drop it in the chat if you can relate to what I'm telling you. Why would you go do for somebody else what you should do for you? Why would you go build somebody else's dreams instead of building your own? Why would you go back to the journey of the broke when you can stay on track and, push through it? There's no shortcuts. There's no shortcut in success. There's no, I'm going to try this and see how it works and expect to be successful. There's no, I'm going to implement, at in a singular way, meaning like I'm going to do one open house, I'm going to do one call, I'm going to do one message. No, it's double digits, my friends. But you know what? The truth of the matter is that you could go and see other people that are really playing at a high level, that are making no excuses. Because that's the thing. It's like we're still hallucinating and expecting that, let me go find excuse-itis. Let me go get more I need more excuses. We don't need excuses. We need execution. You don't need excuses. You need execution. You don't need more leads. You need to work the leads you have. You don't need more information. You need more implementation. You don't need more motivation. You need to kick it into high gear. You don't even need more inspiration. You need to get into action, massive action. And that's why today I witness people walking in with their energy, bottom of the barrel, because reality is setting in. But let me tell you about a different reality. Let me tell you about the reality that there's still opportunity out there, but you're just going to have to hustle harder. You're going to have to really become your number one employee. You're going to have to become your number one employee. You're going to have to work for you like you've never worked for anybody else. You're going to have to cut some ties with some people that are not rooting for you, that are not cheering you on, that are not encouraging you, that are not believing in you, that are not telling you, hey, let's go. You could do this. I've got you. I've got you, boo. I've got you, babe. I've got you, my sister, my brother. I've got you. You got to get around people that are willing to encourage you, even if you're falling flat on your face. You need to get up, dust yourself off, and get back into massive action. You've got to put relevant content on social media, because thinking that you're going to be the Kardashians or the 90310 people, or you're like having this little fantasy land content creation like mindset about, let's just have fun, let's just play, let's make believe like everything is fine. Listen, everybody's a millionaire. Everybody's a millionaire on social media. That's why I like bringing the Make Money Monday mentorship. I like bringing the real, raw realities, the truth, the nitty gritty. the facts of what's going on, because I know, clip it. I know you're watching. I know you're relating to this. I know you feel the pain. I know you feel the sting of this market. I know that you are going through the same waves that everybody else is going through. But I also know that if you just make a defining decision, you're going to get to the other side, and you're going to ride the best wave of opportunity that we have seen in the last 15 years. Because the people that are built for this type of business will build empires, will build financial freedom, will build financial independence. These are the type of people like you, that refuse to quit, that refuse to give up, that refuse to throw in the towel, that refuse to sit down with the pigeon-minded people, pigeon-minded people that are just sitting there, pooping on other people because they don't know what to do. The negative Nancy's, the Debbie Downers, the confused Clydes. No, you've got to get around high level players. You've got to get around people that you can watch win. Watch them win, watch them play, watch them dribble, watch them hustle, watch them kick it into high gear, watch them go fast and furious, watch how their conversations are, watch what they say, watch how they think, watch how they perform. You need to stop hanging around with your number one enemy. And guess who that is? You, yourself, and you. You need to stop hanging around just with you, yourself, and you. Because you don't know how to get to that next level. And that's what most people are doing. They're isolating. Clip it. Isolation will lead you to self-destruction. Listen, today I was on a Zoom call with 16 people. Like, the people that showed up there, I could see their hunger. And we were talking to an executive, high-ranking executive in the real estate arena, my friends. And the way this man conducted himself, the way this man articulated his presentation, what he shared, his knowledge, his energy, he commanded the room. He was on point. He wasn't umming us to death. He wasn't, thinking, what am I going to say? He was on point. You got to hang around with that level of players so you can learn how to perform at a higher level. And this thing about I'm going to be productive at home is the biggest bologna and cheese you could ever want to eat. Like, this is so outdated. People are starting to realize, and they're starting to wake up. They're starting to come out of their ignorance, their hallucination, and they're starting to become aware that I need to really operate like a CEO. Like, I need to get up in the morning. I need to get dressed, even if I'm broke, busted, and disgusted. At least let me take a shower, get dressed, pretend like I'm a Barbie, and show up to the office and conduct myself like CEOs do. I had lunch today. Today was a crazy day. Like, today, all my days are crazy, but today, because I said I'm closing out March with a boom. So you know what? Today I had an appointment right after MMA Monday Masterclass. And this is why I'm going to tell you this. Clip it. You know why I'm going to tell you this? Because I know that you are still caught up in the hallucination that you don't have time. It's not that you don't have time, my friends. It's that you don't have priorities. You have not prioritized the money-making activity that you must do. Not that I should do, not that I could do, not that I would do, not that I hope to do, not that I maybe will try to do. No, I must do it. No excuses. This is what I must do because I'm in it to win it. And that's the level that's going to crush it in this market. You decide to have that level of mentality, and you decide to cut strings with the pigeon-minded people, the mental midgets that are all around us, guys. They are all around us. Pay attention to what people say, how they conduct themselves, how they talk. You know what? I want to take a moment. Clip it. I want to take a moment to remind you about this. Beware. Because broke people talk about people. Successful people talk about visions. Let me say that again for the people in the back of the room. Broke people talk about people. Successful people talk about their next vision, their next plan, their next idea, what they're going to do next, how they're going to crush it next. So beware, because we're all surrounded by mental midgets. And maybe nobody has told them the truth. Maybe nobody has called them out and said, hey, you know what? Watch yourself before you wreck yourself. Because broke people talk about people, but successful people talk about visions, plans, ideas, strategies, concepts, tactics. Okay? Here's what I'm going to do next. They dream. Successful people dream, and they talk about their dreams. So that's really important, because we are in a shift of who's going to make it in this industry and who's going to graduate and be a freelance. Like, there's a lot of agents that are going to go find their freedom in time, right? They're going to be free. They're going to be free from the real estate industry, and they're going to end up with a ball and chain, working for somebody else's dreams, making somebody else's dreams come true, because they weren't willing to pay the price. Listen, there's always a price to pay. You either pay the price of growth and go through that pain of growth, or you pay the price of no growth and you pay that price. You pick. Which pain would you prefer? And one of the things that I see is the low level implementation skills that people have. Follow up. We've all heard it before. The fortune is in the follow up. We got people that don't follow up. Listen, if you're afraid of the phone, if you got to find that one thing, and you've got to go all in. I don't know what your one thing is. Drop it in the chat. You've got to find that one thing. What is that one thing that you are going to commit 150% to, no matter what? No if, no ands, no buts. You're going to do it. What's that one thing? Because the problem is that if you don't find that one thing that you're going to commit to doing, okay, then you're never going to break through. And the second wave of this year, there's people that already drowned. Listen, the statistics say 30% of people are out of the business already in 2026. 30% of the people, they're out. They already checked out mentally. They're still hanging on, like drifting, like on a floating device in an open ocean. They have no clue which way they're going. They wake up in the morning, hallucinating. They wake up in the morning and they're like, what day is it? What am I going to do? Let's see. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. What should I do? Where should I go? It's 11 o'clock. Forget it. Let me go do the laundry. Let me go clean the house. You know what? It's 1 o'clock. The day's over. Let me just wait till tomorrow. And it's January, February, and March has gone by like this. Like, literally, guys, I'm talking to people that say, I need everything. But you know what? They're not willing to do the one thing. So you don't need everything. You need to focus and do the one thing. What is that one thing? And one open house a week, you might as well not even do it. You might as well, listen, save yourself the trouble, because one open house a week is not going to cut it. Think about it. One of the things I'm going to be teaching my group, my organization, is how to do open houses that bring at least 25 to 40 people to the open house. Like, if you were going to do one open house a week, but you learned how to bring 25 to 40 people to the open house, that's your one thing. That's your one thing right there. But we've got people doing one open house a week with one person showing up or nobody showing up. And then they wait one other, like, where are we going? Like, it's time to get out of the unconscious incompetence. Like, I am unconscious and I am incompetent at the same time. Like, I have no clue what the heck is going on. I haven't even become aware that, hey, maybe you checked out already. Maybe you're checked out already and you're just hoping. Hope is not going to get us anywhere. Forget about hoping. You got to hop to it, baby. Hop to it. Drop it in the chat. Hop to it. Hop to it. Because hoping is not going to get you anywhere. Let's see. I want people to write some questions in the chat. I know people are watching. I know you guys are watching. And I know people watch more on the replay. And I know people are watching, they're trolling, they don't want nobody to know that they're watching, or there are probably people that are, not wanting to watch the live because they don't want us to see that they're on the live. That's okay. You're going to hear this message now or later. It doesn't matter. You could watch it at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, at midnight. You could watch it during the day when you should be doing your MMA. Come and watch it, because we know people are watching. And here's the purpose behind this Make Money Monday mentorship. This is the real raw reality. And I know I'm speaking to people that are going through hell, but you're going to have to choose that one thing. You're going to have to implement. You're going to have to treat this like a real job. Like you need to get up, take a shower, get dressed, look like a CEO and show up somewhere. I don't know where you're going to show up, but you got to get out of your house because it is scientifically proven. And I've got people that are honest and they say, it's true, Lucy. I stay home and at 11 in the morning, I'm thinking of putting a load of laundry to wash. And then you come into my head and I remember you saying, if it doesn't make money, you cannot do it until after 5. So I stop myself and I keep sending texts or I keep creating, content that is educational, entertaining, or motivating. Okay. If you're doing content just to look cute and pretty on social media, and I know you're very cute and pretty, I know you're very handsome, I know you look good, eres un chocolatico divino, I know it is, you're like very, very cute and handsome and good looking, but social media is not for us. Social media is for our audience. What does your audience want to hear about, learn about, know about, or need to get motivated about? It's for your audience. If you're still doing social media like you did it back in 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25, forget it. Forget it. The consumer is checking you out. And if it's all about you, they're getting the message loud and clear. Clip it. If you're doing content that is only surrounded or focused on you, your audience is getting the message loud and clear. You know what? This person, it's all about them. I need to find someone that's going to educate me, someone that's going to, tell me what I need to hear, whether it's for buying my house, selling my house, or telling me the truth about the market, or giving me the stats of what we're living in right now, or something that is going to be engaging to your audience. Who is your audience? What is it that your audience needs to know that you are able to do? Where do you serve your audience at its highest level? How do you perform at the highest level, doing what like no one else can? What is it that you do that no one else can do the way you do it, to the point that your audience is gonna be like, you know what? There's my realtor. There's my team leader. There's my broker. And let me show you the world, the mentality that we have still. And it's going to shift. Oh, it's going to shift. This is going to be such a powerful market because we're going to purge out all the dust and we're going to leave the gold, baby. We're going to purge out all the dust and we're going to leave the gold. And that's why I'm here telling you, you are gold, but you've got to put yourself in a golden position. You've got to be accountable. You've got to do the WORK. Yes, the work that you don't want to do when you know you're supposed to do it because you know that's what makes you money. That's what you need to bring to the table. Otherwise, you're going to get blown away like dust. But I know you've got the gold. I know you've got the potential. Let me ask you this question. Clip it. Let me ask you this. Are you functioning at your maximum potential? Are you functioning at your maximum potential right now? Are you a big thinker? I know you are. Yes, you are. Are you open-minded? I know you're open-minded. So I know you're not at your maximum potential. I know there's more for you. I know you could do more. I know you've got more grit, more resilience, more tenacity, more discipline. It's just like in there, like Prego, it's in there. You need someone that is a specialist at helping you bring that out. Bring that to the forefront, like someone that can get you to learn, grow, and change until you transform. And you've got to do your part. And your part is you don't quit. You stay on that treadmill. You do those reps. You do those reps. You do those reps. I don't care if you're sweating, if you're crying, if you're about to, pull a muscle, you do it. You push yourself beyond your own limitations, my friend. You need to push yourself beyond your limitations. Because if you don't, then you're going to be wiped out like dust. And I know there's people in our industry that are golden, that they've got greatness and gold on the inside of them, but you can't hold yourself accountable. I'll prove it to you. You cannot hold yourself accountable, because if you could hold yourself accountable, you'd be doing the work that you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, even when you don't feel like doing it. Even when you don't feel the fuzzy wuzzy butterflies and you know, that mushy wushy fluffy feeling that you want to, oh, I want to feel the fluffy feeling of making calls. I want to feel the butterflies of, you know, following up. I want to feel the butterflies of doing open houses, you know, 4, 5, 6 times a week. You're not going to feel that. That doesn't exist. Yeah, I know you. I know. Listen, I also know that you got into real estate because you thought you were going to make fast, easy money. It was going to be like watching HGTV. You know how many hours they have to record to put an episode on HGTV and just show you the fluffy, wuffy, Tinkerbell, the Tinkerbell story of real estate. That ain't real. That's fantasy land. That is not real. They've got to record over 20 hours of footage to give you that 30-minute episode and just show you the making deals on heels and closing deals on wheels and all that funky stuff that we love watching. And then we get into real estate because, oh, I love showing houses. Oh, I love, staging. Oh, I love answering my phone. Oh, I love helping people. Oh, you know what, Lucy, I just love being able to, be out there and making the American dream come true. But below that, there's WORK. There's work. So yep, that's right. You got to hop to it. And let me ask you the question. What is it? Because I'm confused. What exactly is it that 85% of realtors right now, let me see. Let me not be so harsh. Let me just say, I'm going to be conservative. I'm going to be conservative. So out of 10 realtors, right? Think about this. I want you to identify if you are or if you're not one of these statistics. Out of 10 realtors, 7 stay home all day. What CEO stays home all day pretending that they're being proactive? Today I met with one salesperson and 2 executives from a very large organization, corporation, actually. If I said the name, you would know. And I asked the top executive that was there, like the manager of everyone, the boss. Like when they introduced me to this person, they were like, this is the boss. This is the big dog, the big cheese. And I said, so tell me, where's your office? Where's your office located? Where do you predominantly operate from? And this gentleman said, from each and every one of our sales offices. My job is to go to all our sales offices, and we have about 18 of them. He didn't say I stay home and I do Zoom calls all day. He didn't say, oh, I work from my kitchen counter, I work from my bathroom, I work from... No, guys, we are not in 2020 anymore. We're not even in 2021. Like, this mentality that we're still in lockdown is what is not going to allow you to operate like a CEO. So 70% out of 10, 7 real estate professionals still think they're hallucinating. And I hope you're not one of them. I hope you have awakened and become conscious and come out of your hallucination that you need to go work somewhere. Top producers show up somewhere. Top producers show up and they get into an environment and an atmosphere of money-making conversations, money-making activity, money-making interactions. Even if you're just hearing someone have a conversation or handle an objection or even if you're just around the fire. I mean, if you want to be fire, you got to get around the fire. So yes, we've got 70% of people, and I know that's not you, so drop it in the chat. That's not me. We got 70% of people that are still functioning from home, and that is why there's such a huge challenge in productivity. And we were talking about that today with these executives, and they were like, Lucy, you're right. And they were so impressed. You know what they were the most impressed about? How do you get people to show up at MMA Monday Masterclass week after week if they don't even have to? I said, you know what? Because it's human behavior to want to win, even if you don't know what the heck you're doing. But there's something inside of us that was created to help us win. We just need to tap into that more often. And I said to them, and the problem or the biggest opportunity that I have is no one else is giving anyone an opportunity to show up in an atmosphere and an environment where they can learn how to win, be around other winners, develop their next level potential and really wake up. Come out of that first level of unconscious incompetence. Even, guys, you could go Google this stuff. I'm not making this up. There's 4 levels of, competence. Listen to the first level, unconscious. That means I'm like, bloop, in a coma. Unconscious, bloop, incompetent. So not only am I incompetent, I'm unconscious that I'm incompetent. It doesn't get worse than that. It doesn't get any worse than that. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping people, hey, wakey, and then get out of your incompetence, because that's how you are going to win. Drop it in the chat. That's how I'm going to win. Let me check on my people from Instagram. There we go. Excellent. 24 years in this business. I love it. I've been 25, going on 26, and I'm just getting warmed up. I'm in my best season. I am in my best season because there's so much opportunity. So the first level, my friend, is, are you still ignorant to exactly how you're supposed to operate, to exactly what you're supposed to do the moment you wake up in the morning? Are you still ignorant to the fact that you are part of one of the most powerful businesses on the planet? Real estate has made the most amount of millionaires. It is an equal opportunity money-making vehicle, but you've got to work it. It's like nobody's going to do Uber with a parked car. Why would you be parked and expect to succeed in real estate? Or why would you, who told anybody? Like, I would like to have a conversation with the person that told somebody. Did somebody tell you to do one open house a week? Did somebody tell you to do one phone call a week? Did somebody tell you to follow up with your sphere or with your leads one time a week? Did somebody honestly tell you stay home because you're going to be productive? They're like, I would like to know, because I want to have a conversation with whoever the buffoon that told you this is, because it doesn't get worse than that. Like, it's like me telling you, you know what? Don't drive a car, get to work on a pony. When would you get to work? And guys, things are moving so fast. AI, oh my goodness. I still know people haven't even turned on their Google business page. So if that's you, you're like dinosaur. Like, if you still don't have, and trust me, there's a lot of dinosaurs in our day and age. So I'm not, no shame in the game. If you feel the pain, if you feel the sting of what I'm saying, hey, it's okay. It's okay. No, I'm no judgment, but I'm here to wake you up. Like, I'm here to pull you into your greatness. I'm here to help you rise up, level up, because it's time to thrive. But how could we be in 2026 and have not activated our Google business page? Like, you're supposed to have reviews. Lucy, but I haven't had a closing. Well, that's because you're hooked on one dealitis. You're hooked on one activityitis. You're hooked on maybe excusitis. So you got to break out of that. Those are self destructive patterns. So these executives said to me, we find it impressive. Oh, because there's somebody in the room, check this out, clip it. There's somebody in the rooms at MMA Monday Masterclass and at Winners Wednesday Productivity Bootcamp every week that is sending out, what would you call it? Like candid camera videos so that other people see what's going on in the room. And I love it. I love it. I love it. You know why? Because when you're making waves, when you're making an impact, when you're a move maker, a game changer, an action taker, people want to show other people. People want to show other people. Look at where I'm at. Look what's going on. Look who's here. So they were very impressed with the fact that people are showing up week after week, and we haven't even kicked it into high gear. Like my team and I know we're basically going down I-75 at 20 miles an hour. Oh, but it ain't going to be that way for long. Oh, no, 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 no. You know, it's okay to be slow out of the gate, but at some point, you've got to have your action plan in place. You've got to set the mark. You've got to commit and make the decision, my friend, that you're going to kick this baby into fifth gear, sixth gear. Like you need to know that, hey, you know what? I may be warming up, but I'm going to kick this into high gear. And that's how you finish strong. So 2026 right now, 90 days are over. Your first quarter's gone. I hope you're not planning to do the same stuff starting this Wednesday, April 1st. And by the way, I know it's April Fool's Day, but we're showing up at Winners Wednesday Productivity Bootcamp because that ain't no April Fool's. That's the real deal. We're not playing games. And that room is the most vibrant. It is the number 1 business activation hub in all of Southwest Florida. And so they asked me today, so what's next? I said, well, we already expanded into Naples. Listen, if you're not going to Naples each week, the third Wednesday of each month, I don't know what you're waiting for. You need to get exposed to other markets. Otherwise, you're limiting your opportunities. You're limiting your opportunities. Let me be the first to tell you, none of us, you don't need help limiting yourself. Like you know how to do that pretty well, I'm sure. You need help expanding, rising, thriving, scaling. So you need to get near the fire. Now, I know the fire is not for everybody, you know, because, hey, you got to be gold. You know, gold is purified in the fire. But if you're wishy-washy, you know, featherweight, don't even get near the fire. You know, you can't put feathers near the fire. You can't put feathers near the fire because if you put feathers near the fire, what happens to the feathers? They become crispy ashes. So you've got to know, you know, what are you made up of? So that, you know, it's these ecosystems. And then we're going to Port Charlotte. Port Charlotte is next. Let's go. And then we're going to La Belle. La Belle is next. Let's go. Because there's no reason to play small. Drop it in the chat. There is no reason why you should be playing small. The only reason you're playing small is because you're not hanging around long enough with people that know how to play big. And so because we don't know what we don't know, and we're still in that first level of competence, which is unconscious incompetence, that's why you got to show up. So you could become aware. You could become aware and get into conscious incompetence. Like, man, Lucy, you're right. I'm not productive at home. Man, Lucy, you're right. I'm not doing enough. Man, Lucy, you're right. I'm not following up with my leads. Lucy, you're right. Like I'm in my pajamas until 11 in the morning. You know what, Lucy? You're right. Like I'm not acting, walking, talking, looking like a CEO. You know what, Lucy? You're right. I'm hanging around with pigeon-minded people. You know what, Lucy? You're right. I'm talking to midget-minded people. All they do is talk about how bad everything is. They don't talk about anything that has to do with dreams or visions or aspirations or game plans or, action plans. So maybe you're in your second level where now you're consciously still incompetent, but you've got to get to that third level where you become consciously competent. You know what? I know what I'm supposed to do. I don't do it as proficiently as I should. I don't do it as fast as I should, but at least now I know. So you know what? I'm going to commit. And here's the thing, like commitment without consistency is useless. It's like doing one open house a week. Like don't even waste your time. Honestly, in this market, you could go tell your broker, if you're watching me, you could go tell your leader, go tell, I don't care. Whoever you want to go tell. Lucy said, if I'm only going to do one open house a week, don't waste my time. Stay home sleeping. Stay home, rest. We don't want you to pull a muscle. We don't want you to overexert yourself because, it's a lot of work to do one open house a week, but it ain't going to work. It's not going to produce the results. And if you're going to do anything, it has to be results driven, no excuses. So implementation. Getting out of the first two levels of incompetence. Getting out of the first two levels of incompetence. Getting around the fire. Getting around people that know how to play the game and win the game. Getting out of your house. Like, listen, go work at a Starbucks. If you don't have an office, go to a Starbucks. You know how many top producers around the nation work from Starbucks? Or go rent a Regis office. Or go rent an office. Hey, you're an independent contractor. You are an independent contractor. If you're in real estate, if you're a team leader, especially if you're a broker, you're an independent contractor. Go rent an office. Go act like a real business owner, because that's the thing. We want to have an employee mindset, act like an employee, not do the work, not spend any money. Oh, and here's the best one. Let me go make 100% commission. Do you know that 100% commission is 100% expenses? Like the only business, clip it, the only business on the planet that pays anybody 100% is real estate. There's no other business on the planet that pays anybody 100%. Mortgage people don't pay people 100%. I don't care what business. Landscapers don't pay their people 100%. Moving companies don't pay their people 100%. Even beauty salons don't pay their people 100%. Nobody pays anybody 100%. Oh, but in real estate, we have such limited mindedness that we think that somebody's going to pay us 100% and it's really 100%. No, it's not. You're getting 100%. You're going to have to spend 100% of what it's going to take for you to do your business. Somebody's got to pay the bills. Somebody's got to cover the expenses. Let me see you go open a business and pay your people 100% as the owner. Would that even make sense? That doesn't even make sense. Now, I'm not saying be in a business model where after you hit a level, you're at 100%. Don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted. Okay. Yes, you produce, you cover costs. There's a cost of doing business. There's a cost of goods sold. It takes money to run a business. It takes money to, make a profit after you reach a certain level. Hey, go on 100%. But if you're still one of those people that is hunting or chasing 100%, remember, you still have to cover your own costs because somebody's going to cover it. Somebody's got to cover your technology, your marketing, the stuff that you're supposed to use to do business, because you can't do business without resources, without tools. Okay. So somebody's got to cover that. So developing, and that's why I think real estate is such a beautiful business where the majority of people fail. Real estate is such a beautiful business where the majority of people fail because it is an equal opportunity business. It doesn't matter what social economic level you come from. It doesn't matter what side of the railroad tracks, what side of the country, the planet. It doesn't matter. Everybody has an equal opportunity in real estate. Like we could hear stories, like go watch my friend Veronica Lujan, who was my guest speaker at Agents in the Trenches last week, an immigrant into this country. And now she's building her own real estate empire. But go check out the interview. She's a mom. She's paid the price. She has sacrificed. Yes, she has had to, have very busy moments in exchange to be able to give her child a bright future. She's a boss. She leads from the front. She's building an organization. She's working on financial independence, generational wealth. Like everything in life that is worthwhile has a price. So I hope you wake up tomorrow in your pajamas or in your sweatpants or in your t-shirt at 10 o'clock in the morning and you realize this is not how a CEO operates. Okay? This is not how a CEO operates. You've got to step into the best role of your best version because that's the only way you're going to get to wherever it is that you say you want to go. And you got to get around the right people. And who are the right people, Lucy? People that are winning at a high level. People that are game changers, action takers, move makers. People that don't have excuses. People that push themselves beyond their own limits. If you, listen to me closely, let me tell you something, just between you and I. If you're still accepting lame excuses from yourself, don't tell anybody, but you're self-sabotaging. If you're still allowing yourself to give you this BS and you believe it and you accept the excuses, here's the secret. You are self-sabotaging. So you might as well go tell your family how you're selling them short, how you're not really giving it your all, how you're not really willing to pay the price, how you're not willing to make them the reason why you put in the blood, the sweat, and the tears. Because you want to be comfy, wumpy, fluffy. Because you want to get those, good feelings about, let's see, do I have good feelings today? Oh, there's a good feeling. Let me make one phone call. Oh, there's a good feeling. Let me send out one follow-up text. Or what about this one? Oh, there's a good feeling. Today I'm going to answer my phone and be responsive. Yeah. What a winner. What a winner, champ. Guys, that's not the real world of real estate. That's not the real world of real estate, but the real world of real estate is filled with opportunities, is filled with possibilities, is filled with doors that you could open with that key that you got called your real estate license. But if you keep that key under your pillow and you don't use it, there could be a million doors of opportunity in front of you. And you're walking by each and every one of them. Because you're too weak to push yourself beyond your limitations. You're too weak to call yourself out from the BS excuses that you continually allow yourself to give you. You've got to call yourself out. You've got to look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. You've got to make the decision. You've got to wake up, become aware, stop the excuses. Make a defining decision. Set priorities in place. Do you know that if all you did was hardcore money-making activity, 20 hours a week, just 20 hours a week, and you really respected the process and you really respected your calendar and you really operated like a CEO, like a boss, with just 20 hours of hardcore money-making activity, you would get to 6 figures. But it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of mental strength. It takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of determination. It takes a lot of grit. It takes a lot of hustle just to put in those 20 hours. And as long as you continue to hallucinate and convince yourself, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I got enough money to make it one more day. It's not that bad. That level of mindset is self-destructive. It keeps you in the rat race. It keeps you and your family bound, in bondage, where you cannot dream and provide them with the dreams that you say you want to have. And if you don't break out of that mental bondage and that limiting beliefs that you have, and those excuses that you make up, and the justification that it's too hard, I'm getting ready to get ready to be ready. If you don't break out of that, you're not going to make it. You're not going to be the person you say you want to become. And the person you want to become is waiting for you to put in the work. But maybe you prefer to go build somebody else's empire. Or maybe you prefer to rob you and your family from the bright future that you know you were built for more. You know you can do more. You know you deserve more. You know you're not at your maximum potential. You know it. We could fool the world, but we cannot fool ourselves. We could BS everybody and say, I'm working so hard, but you know you're giving in 20%, 30%. You're drifting, you're floundering, you're drifting. What am I going to do today? I've got a feeling. As long as you continue to let your mind use you, instead of you using your mind to make a hardcore action plan, get yourself into massive action, pay the price up front. Pay the price for 5 years and create the life of your dreams. Do what others are not willing to do for 5 years so that you can do what others will never be able to do the rest of your life. See you next time, guys. Go win. Winning is more fun than fun. And you deserve it.